Today's crash is quite telling as it threatens the entire structure that has sustained the upward momentum in recent months. We see the SPY, QQQ, and several other stocks hanging on by a thread. This could be the trigger for the next major bearish reversal, so let's pay attention to the main inflection points right now. My name is Nathan. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. Here we analyze the market every single day together. Every single day I'll be here to update the most important inflection points in the market, and right now we see the SPY losing the 21-day EMA. So you may say, so Nathan, we are now entering bearish territory. Yes, technically we are not that bullish anymore, but we are not in a bear trend yet. Okay, in order for us to trigger a real bearish reversal, we gotta see the SPY making a lower high, lower low. Today's reaction is particularly alarming because I do understand that we failed in making a higher high. The previous high was the all-time high, 689. We rejected this rally over here. So SPY is breaking a pattern of higher highs, higher lows that we see since April this year, right? We see higher highs, higher lows. Every single time we see a pullback, we materialize another bottom signal, triggering another rally, breaking the previous resistance level. That's not happening right now. That's totally the opposite. We made a new low, a high lower than the previous high. So that's annoying. That's dangerous. However, again, only a total loss of our major support levels, namely this purple trend line and of course the 663, the previous support level here, possible support level again in the future. Only by losing these key points, we may see the SPY actually reversing the medium-term uptrend observed on the daily chart. On the 1 hour chart, we are collapsing over here. Okay, but maybe there is still hope. After all, we see the SPY closing this gap over here, and apparently it is trying to react. Okay, today is not over yet. We have still 4 good minutes to close, but we are trying to maintain the price above this gap support level, and we don't see lower highs, lower lows. It is not like this movement over here. Okay, lower highs, lower lows, clear bear trend on the 1 hour chart, materializing this pullback on the daily chart. Okay, that's not happening yet. So for now, let's pay attention on how the SPY is going to behave now that it's closing this gap and on this 21-hour EMA, because this key point is gonna be our next short-term resistance level. We gotta see SPY breaking this key point again without making lower highs, lower lows. If that happens, yes, we are gonna possibly see a major reversal on the daily chart. For now, apparently, we are near a very dangerous support level. Okay, if you want to see the SPY turning really bearish, these are the key inflection points for you. These are the key points that you want to see the SPY losing in order to materialize a real reversal and a sharper pullback on the weekly chart. Okay, as far as I know, we could easily go down to retest this 21 weekly moving average again. Okay, so we could correct more. We could go down from here. There is plenty of room for us to correct, but we gotta lose these support levels. Now, if you ask me, in my humble personal opinion, I am a little skeptical because for now there is no clear reaction yet. Okay, we only see a massive bearish candle. Now, if tomorrow or maybe next week we see a phenomenal, an amazing, nearly miraculous bottom signal above these support levels, then okay, then we may see a frustration of a bearish case, and well, there is still hope for us to see the SPY making a new record high, etc. But that's not the case. We only see a bearish candle. I don't know how the SPY is going to behave tomorrow. Trading is reactive, not predictive. I don't need to know the future in order to trade well. Because all that I know right now is that we see a bearish candle. If a bottom signal materializes, then we'll see. Then maybe we're gonna have another buying opportunity over here, right? But for now, as of today, there is no confirmation of a bottom signal. All right, so if you ask me, Nathan, what are the odds of we see the SPY losing these support levels and turning bearish? 50%. Okay, so yes, we are talking about a 50-50 scenario over here. Only tomorrow we're gonna have more answers for these questions. Okay, are we going to collapse? Are we going to recover? What's going to how can we work in this scenario from here? Well, again, if you ask me, I am skeptical, so I will maintain my neutrality in the lack of clear technical evidence confirming either a breakout or a bottom signal. There is no buy and there is no selling opportunity in the SPY ETF in this context. We are free retail traders, all right? So we can afford to wait. We can just let the smart money, the market makers, fight each other until we see a clear winner. And then afterwards, after we see this, after the fight is over, we are gonna follow the winner. Okay, because we are retail traders, we are small, but we have the greatest gift ever. We can just do nothing. Okay, there's a time to go long, a time to go short, and a time to go fishing. Right now, okay, let's wait for them to fight each other. Okay, it's not my fight. In this case, I cheer for the fight. Okay, let's see who's gonna win. I do not cheer for the bulls or the bears. I cheer for the fight, and then we'll see who's gonna win. Similarly, we have the QQQ going down today, more than 2%. Now the market is closed. Now, we also see the QQQ closing this gap. Okay, on the 1 hour chart, we see a major collapse. In this case, I have been telling you guys over the past few days, QQQ is a little bit more dangerous. Precisely because we see a very clear resistance level over here. I told you guys this 2 days ago. I told you guys this yesterday, and I'm gonna say it again. We see a major resistance level over here, right? 624, 626, this area is extremely annoying. And by seeing a rejection of this key point 1, 2 times, we saw a kind of double top chart pattern over here. Now, we are closing this gap. We are just collapsing. There is no clear buying opportunity yet. There is no clear bottom signal on the daily chart. We only see another major bearish candle, losing the 21-day EMA, by the way. But again, of course, there is still hope. But we gotta react like tomorrow. Okay? If we don't see a miraculous reaction as soon as possible, we are going to possibly retest lower levels like the 600s or maybe even lower. Okay, so for now, there is no clear technical evidence suggesting a bottom signal on the QQQ. Okay, there is no clear buying opportunity yet. Nathan, would you short in this context? Well, the risk-reward ratio is not that good. Okay, I mean, if I were to short, where is going to be my target? I know that we have a clear support level near the 600s. Round number, psychological inflection point. It was a support level over here and over here. Again, these are facts, right? So we have a target over here. And where is going to be my stop loss? Above today's high? Well, the risk-reward ratio is not making too much sense right now, so I'll pass. Okay, I'll simply pass. I see better opportunities in other stocks. SPY, QQQ, they are not looking good, okay? To buy, to sell, to short, I do not see any clear opportunity. Now, when we analyze individual stocks, here we see a more interesting situation. Nvidia, for instance, is bouncing off the 184. Guess where? Guess where? 184. We have been talking about the 184 for many months right now, since when we saw Nvidia inside this congestion. Okay, the 184 was a major resistance level here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, more than 10 times during this congestion. After the breakout, we saw this key point working as a support level here, inflection point of this double bottom here again, right? And we did identify this double bottom here on this channel in real time. Okay, I told you guys, we see a double bottom. Okay, 184 once again is the trigger point for this double bottom. We saw a phenomenal rally. 200s was our main target. It broke our target, and then we saw a double top materializing a pullback to the 184 again. All right, so guys, and of course now it seems it's easy to tell, but remember, we identified these inflection points, these patterns here on this channel in real time. Okay, so guys, now we are back to the 184. Okay, very simple situation. Now what? If we see any bottom signal above the 184, that could be amazing, because it is going to be a bullish indicator for Nvidia. I know we have earnings report next week, right, in 6 days, so that's annoying. For swing trading purposes, I do not advise trading Nvidia right now before earnings, but still, it is going to be a very nice bullish indicator, especially if we break the 21-day EMA again. All right, if we see that going on, yes, Nvidia will probably most likely continue the bullish bias. Although we are below the 21-day EMA in bearish territory, we are not necessarily that bearish anymore. Okay, it is annoying to see the loss of this 21-day EMA. Yes, it is. I totally agree. But it is not like the end of the world. Okay, it is not that horrible. You know what I mean. We still see Nvidia above a few inflection points, a few support levels. Nathan, what do you wish to happen next? What is your wish? My wish is to see Nvidia losing the 184. And I say this as a long-term investor since October 2020. All right, I would prefer to see Nvidia going down a little bit more, maybe to retest the 21 weekly moving average again. We are above this weekly moving average since April, right? So we are many months without a proper pullback, all right? So I would prefer to see a sharper pullback, not because I see Nvidia as a terrible company, as another AI bubble. Okay, we always see a bubble, right? Since when I started trading, studying the market in 2013, every single year I see people saying that we are about to crash. We see another bubble, a tech bubble, a housing bubble, a don't know anything bubble. Okay, so guys, we are always seeing bubbles everywhere. Okay, so you gotta understand me for being skeptical. Okay, but Nathan, this AI bubble is different, right? Yes, every single bubble is different. They always say that. Okay, they always say that. Now, if you ask me again, I prefer to see a pullback because I see pullbacks as buying opportunities on Nvidia. Nvidia is still maintaining the bullish bias. Any pullback would be a buying opportunity with a good risk-reward relationship. All right, that's how I see Nvidia right now. And we have Tesla. This one is losing our major support levels, right? We are losing the 413, which was our previous support level, right? Now, guess what we are doing, right? Guess what? We are closing this gap. Okay, closing this gap, which I told you guys yesterday as well. Over the past few days, right, I have been talking about this gap. We are closing it. Okay, so hey, amazing, right? I mean, it is annoying to see Tesla losing our support levels. Let me confess something to you guys. Yes, we did identify a bottom signal here in Tesla. And this was a buy signal to me. Okay, to me, it was a clear buy signal, right? But, of course, how we work over here with risk-reward relationship, with risk management. Of course, the market proved me wrong in this context, but remember, the stop loss was very cheap. We lost a little, while our potential reward was amazing. All right, we do this every single time. And of course, we have many other stocks performing insanely well. Trust me, guys, we know how to deal in situations like this. We know how to trade when the market is doing this, okay? When we see a chaos, when we see a mess, we know exactly how to do, how to proceed. We have many stocks performing very well. And remember, if you want to trade with me, join our Telegram channel, because there I can give you guys signals, strategies in real time, always using our trading philosophy, our trading strategies to your advantage, managing risk, mitigating losses, maximizing profits. I always share signals with entry points, stop loss, target, etc. So join our Telegram channel. Okay, it is totally free to try for 7 days. Okay, see if you like what we have to offer. The link is in this video's description. We have literally hundreds of traders over there learning how to make money every single day. So again, here is my invitation to you guys. So the link is in this video's description. All right, now, yes, we have now. Although we see Tesla looking horrible, okay, lower highs, lower lows, losing support levels below the 21-day EMA, if you ask me, we could drop more, okay? There is still room for more correction, but we just closed this little gap over here, okay? And we still see SPY, QQQ above their own support levels. So you can say, Nathan, you are too optimistic, right? No, I'm not necessarily optimistic, because I'm not bullish right now, okay, anymore. I'm not bearish right now as well. As an outsider, as someone who's waiting on the sidelines for another opportunity in Tesla, I see Tesla approaching a support level, while the broad market is also near a support level. And I think, well, if I see any other bottom signal, any other buying opportunity, we may see another buy signal. Why? Because we're going to materialize a bottom signal right after closing this gap. So the risk reward ratio is going to be very attractive, because where's going to be my stop loss? Well, below this gap support level. Okay, where is going to be my target? Maybe the 449, maybe this 21-day EMA. Okay, so maybe the risk reward ratio will make sense. All right, we'll see. Of course, it all depends on how Tesla is going to behave from here. Okay, it all depends on how it is going to react. For now, there is no clear buying opportunity. Okay, I do not see any bottom signal anymore. But we may see soon, or we may see another opportunity in the next few days. So let's just observe carefully. Pay attention on Tesla right now, especially right now. Now, because guys, now is the best time for us to see Tesla, Nvidia, and many other stocks reacting, because they are just above their inflection points, above important support levels. Okay, so observe tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're gonna have more answers, okay? Either way, yes, I will be here tomorrow as well, okay? Because we are here every single day. Is the market collapsing? Is the market flying? It doesn't matter. We are here every single day to study the market together. So subscribe if you want to keep in touch with my daily analysis. And like this video to support me as well. Every single like improves my English. All right, so now we have our dear AMD, right? Lady Amy is rejecting the bullish case over here. We see a bearish candle losing and closing below yesterday's low. Okay, on the 1-hour chart, we see AMD still near the 21-hour EMA. We saw movements like this before, so that's not necessarily a panic signal. But I do understand that yes, if we see the market correcting, if we see SPY, QQQ going down, yes, AMD is going to go down. It is going to collapse as well. Okay, maybe to the 21-day EMA, maybe to the 235, maybe to the 227 down here. Either way, we have many support levels to hold AMD's price. What's the problem? What is the only thing that could completely turn AMD totally bearish right now? Yes, is the loss of the 227. Why? Because by losing the 227 without making a new all-time high, we are gonna see a head and shoulders chart pattern, which is nothing more, nothing less than a bullish pivot point followed by a bearish pivot point, losing the 21-day EMA support, losing all of these support levels. So that would be the trigger point for a major systemic reversal on AMD right now. Okay, so let's observe how it is going to behave from here. For now, we are still bullish, all right? We are still maintaining the bullish bias, so there is nothing to worry. But let's just pay attention to the 227 just in case, all right? Just in case. There is no harm in doing that. Okay, so let's observe this key point. Now, guys, as I told you yesterday, the third edition of our mentorship program is going to open in the next few days. Okay, if you follow my videos, you know that I don't sell empty promises, all right? I teach what really works in the market, which is hard work, study, discipline, etc. So right now, yes, I am opening a new class for my mentoring program, which is a comprehensive program where you will have direct access to me to design your portfolio, adjust risk, and build a swing trading strategy that really makes sense for you. Spaces are limited because I personally follow up with each single one of my clients, and we will have individual meetings. Okay, yes, you will have my direct contact information. All right, so I'll be here for you. Okay, we will literally trade together and put the best strategies for you, for your case, into practice. Okay, so guys, spots will be limited. All right, but it is going to be intense. My goal is to literally change your life forever after our mentoring program. Okay, so keep in touch. The link to my mentoring program is in the description of this video. Okay, soon you will have more information. All right, so yes, these are my thoughts for AMD. Okay, possible head and shoulders as long as we are above the 227. Okay, nothing to worry about. Unlike Palantir, which is technically losing the 174 support level, but we saw the loss of the 174 before. Okay, that was not necessarily a huge problem. And then we saw another rally over here. Okay, now, if you ask me, yes, allow me to be a little optimistic right now for you. Yes, there is still hope to see a reaction. Okay, if we see tomorrow another bottom signal, another bullish reaction, yes, we may see another clear signal, another bullish opportunity on Palantir in this context. But we gotta see a miraculous reaction tomorrow. Without leaving the 174 behind as a resistance level, because in that case, the 163 is going to be our next technical target. Okay, there is no excuse for Palantir right now. We gotta see a reaction as soon as possible. Today's candle is bearish. For now, there is no reaction. But Nathan, in the post-market, we are going up. Nobody cares about the post-market, okay? The post-market is post-market. Tomorrow, we're gonna have more answers, okay? So now, do you guys know why this is such an emblematic, such a decisive moment for the market? We see many stocks, including the indices, above critical support levels. So it feels like it is now or never for these stocks. Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna have more answer. If you ask me, tomorrow is gonna be decisive. Okay, decisive. Tomorrow is going to be the craziest day ever. Now, I mean, not ever, okay? I'm joking, okay? But it is going to be a very crazy day, okay? Now we have Oracle. In this case, Oracle is Oracle is in a support level as well, okay, like everybody else. All right, we already closed this gap. We lost this gap support level. We did try to react over here for a brief moment, all right, but we failed. Okay, now we are near the 217 again, right? Around the 217 again. If we fail to react, the 200s are going to be our next major resistance area, okay, which is very close to the 198, the previous top level from December 2024, maybe future support level in 2025. So that's an idea, right? Either way, 200s, 198, these key points are going to be very important for Oracle. If we fail to react tomorrow, yes, that's where I see Oracle next. But Nathan, what if we see a bottom signal tomorrow? Again, nobody cares. Tomorrow is in the future. The future does not exist. But yes, if we see a bullish reaction, okay, maybe we're going to see another buying opportunity. And we have our dear strategy going down as usual, right? Minus 7%. We saw a very nice bullish reaction last week, which was totally rejected. Now we are losing a very important support level. So if you ask me, our next major support level for strategy is $200, okay, which is the previous high from March 2024. Okay, so this key point is supposed to be our next support level. There is no bullish reaction yet, okay? I'm not saying it will go up, but if we see a bullish reaction above the 200s, yes, we may see a bottom signal, but what's the problem? The problem is that we see strategy in a clear downtrend. So any buying opportunity, you gotta bear in mind that this 21-day EMA is going to be our next major resistance level. It is going to prevent strategy from bouncing, from really recovering, okay? Because we are bearish. We are in bearish territory. Similarly, we see Bitcoin losing our support level over here. Maybe we're gonna collapse to lower levels like, oh, by the way, we are losing the $100,000 today. Okay, so yes, that's the worst day ever for Bitcoin. We are losing a very important support area, psychological key point. In this case, we may see Bitcoin collapsing to lower levels, sure. But what if we see a miraculous reaction tomorrow? Well, we gotta close above the 100s as soon as possible, okay? Like maybe today, right? If we see that going on, okay, maybe we're gonna see a bottom signal next. But for now, guys, Bitcoin is not looking good. Coinbase is not looking good. In order for Coinbase to truly react, we gotta see Bitcoin reacting, Coinbase closing above the 293 again, right? So that's it. For now, there is no clear signal, but let's pay attention to these inflection points from now on. Of course, again, I'm gonna keep you guys updated every single day on this channel, so remember, subscribe, join the Finance Hydra channel, and check the link to my website, the links to my website for more information about my services. I'm sure you are going to find something useful. Thank you so much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow as usual. Bye bye.